that son of a bitch! Do what you're here for!
I had the best gunner in the entire 9th Army in that seat. Now I got you.
Fury. Pretty intense, pretty amazing. It's classic military, featuring Brad Pitt. Solid 9 out of 10 movie. It was not perfect. I will get to it. Why I didn't think it was perfect. Why he thought it was perfect.
He's gonna be wrong.
Yeah. Realistically, amazing movie. Amazing movie. It was a classic military tale. It told itself beautifully.
I really liked the film. I thought that it was smart. It took a lot of things that kind of, like, there's the newbie he's having to fit in, and that's kind of a tired trope, but I felt like it really worked here.
Because the kid kind of represents, I forgot what his name is, but the main kid, sort of represents what all of our thing is. He's supposed to be our relatable character, the character that we relate to the most. Even if we want to say, oh no, I would be wartime, like, no, if you had to kill a person, you would be that boy.
I also like that he really did bitch out at parts. Like, they didn't hide that. He wasn't like, he was just like, no, I can't do this.
The boy, he bitches out. He bitches out, and he gets his friend killed. And Brad Pitt just does the most brutal thing possible. He says, I don't know if he grabs the body or not.
He
but
might.
He just shows him, he's like, this is it. This is the dead thing that happened because you couldn't do your job. And he just says it in his face, and it's brutal. It's words. It had nothing to do with the action sequence, but just the dialogue was so brutal to this kid. There was another sequence that I felt came off a little bit artificial, but I can see like why they had it in there, and it was well done.
Scene?
Was the one where he forced him to kill the Nazi prisoner with the gun, with a revolver.
That felt a little bit forced, yeah. But on the other hand, it's a very good scene in terms of how he acts it.
It felt like
on
acting.
The nose.
It felt like acting.
It felt on the nose to me, like, oh, okay, this is. You gotta kill the war. You gotta commit a war crime because we were just pissed off at the Nazis.
You are no goddamn good to me unless you can kill crowds. Put a big fat hole in his back. Put a big fat hole in his fucking back.
Let's start with negatives. I really didn't have any. What have you got?
Negatives. Okay, I love you, Shia LaBeouf. LaBeouf. I couldn't take you seriously in this movie. I'm watching Shia LaBeouf with a mustache. I can't take him seriously as an actor. Not yet. Not yet.
I agree, it's distracting it being him, but he brought, what are you looking for? The thing that makes us
branding.
Endorsement? McDonald's.
Wait
for it to happen.
We're listening.
I did like how in that domestic scene with him in the house with the French chicks, there's this tension between, okay, is Brad Pitt gonna rape them or not? Because it really feels like he is, and then you realize that no, he just wants like a moment of normalcy in this war-torn landscape, and I thought that was actually a more interesting way to go than like.
And he also wants the kid to sort of nut up. He wants him to stand up and say, this is your sort of untapped, untold wartime reward. Is you taking this selfish joy? This is a horrible thing. It technically is a rape, but it's him sort of describing in that, vicious of way, this is war. This is what we do.
I think technically it's not rape because she was able to withhold consent. Like, I feel like in that room, I mean, it's uncomfortable.
If you don't take her to the room, I will.
Yeah, that was maybe a little bit.
It was a great little moment where it ended in him with the French girl, blah blah blah, in the kitchen, and this horrible realization afterwards. Spoiler alert: she dies. Go figure.
Yeah, I thought that was a really brutal way of ending. Like, I understand why he did that, why he ended it like that, but I didn't love it. I wanted her to live. I'm sorry. Like, I know it's not.
She was hot.
It was the correct artistic decision for her to die. She was so comforting. Like, it was just like, oh,
she really added that
she's
comfort
soft
to
in
it.
a world of dirt and metal.
Harshness.
And
there were eggs.
There were eggs. He had
Lots
the
eggs. Lots of eggs. Kind of want scrambled eggs now. And a hooker from France.
Again, I really just like that whole, and the thing is, that scene is really interesting because the tension just keeps building as the scene goes on, and then it morphs a little bit, and then they come in and they're really kind of dickish. Like, there is that kind of like, what are we not, like, I just love the interplay there between the characters, and them really examining war and what that makes out of you and what it takes.
Like these war boys, I don't want to use the
Yeah,
term from last,
it's
about
fair
how
enough.
they've just been through this brutality for so long. They are no longer people. They're no longer people on the same wavelength.
But I did appreciate that they didn't just go like straight up rape, unlike Game of Thrones.
unlike a
Who
lot
would have
of-
just been like, oh,
How about unlike HBO and Showtime? All right,
God, I
unlike
hate-
HBO and Showtime, everything's so goddamn
I
unsubtle
hate-
now. It's so shitty.
I hate HBO. Like, I used to think HBO had really quality programming, and now I'm like, I don't want them to adapt this. It probably just, my co-host just left. You just know they're gonna add a whole bunch of tits and rape.
Yeah.
And like, it's like, no, that's
cheap.
not.
It
yeah.
feels. I don't feel it.
It feels pandering and it feels cheap.
Oh, we got tits. We got to get that R rating. Or the
Now that
whatever
we've
rating.
lost the support of HBO, let's go on.
Vámonos, cabrón, vámonos.
Hey, you want to talk Mexican? Join another tank, Mexican tank. This American tank, we talk American.
The entire movie sort of a couple great action sequences. It all centers around what we all know is going to be them essentially dying in this tank. It's bad foreshadowing or great planning, whatever you want to call it. It's all going to center around there's going to be a final fucking battle, and it delivers in every way. It was beautifully done. The tank became a character all its own. And I love it when anything that is not a person can become a character and you can care about it.
It was a rolling fortress. Like, that's what I loved about it.
They were all connected to that in this final way.
I loved that last scene of them waiting for the Germans to come when they're in the tank.
Yeah.
And it's just great.
They
And he's
accept
like,
the boy into the thing. They gave him the nickname Machine.
Machine!
Outstanding ending action sequence. The action sequences, they had the right amount of brutal. Somewhere between a modern action flick and more of a direct Braveheart style of just show the brutality, show the instant, show the
It
brutality.
felt a
have
little
the gore.
documentarian almost, like in terms of it wasn't blown up and
A couple of scenes I personally didn't like just because of war accuracies and weapon accuracies.
Which ones?
The one part where he was in the tank and he dumps on the grenade,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that works if you're in a wide open area. It does not work if you're in a fucking tank with a person. Your eardrums are shattered. Everything.
Yeah, he Captain America's it and tries to go on it. They did like how they all died in different ways.
Yeah,
and they
extreme
kind of
ways.
slowly die off.
Except for Brad Pitt, in which case this can't get hurt.
This is the moneymaker.
Moneymaker. So of
Moneymaker.
course he gets shot here, gets shot here, gets shot. You know, his body gets fucked up, but that face better
face
stay
stays.
pretty. Brad Pitt is a handsome man at his age. Holy shit! If you're that attractive,
Like, and that's the thing, is like he's gotten better as an actor as he's gotten older. I actually really did love that in the first thing. Well, rather than that opening shot with the horse and the tank is just a beautiful shot. They got back to camp and he's really, really tough, and then he freaks out for a minute and has a panic attack. And like, it was a little obvious, but it was really important for his character that you know that that's what's happening with him going forward.
yeah.
I really loved that this was a war movie that was about how ugly war is. The last scene where the kid is like, no, I don't want to die.
Yeah.
He bitches out, but I felt like that's okay.
It feels.
I did feel like it was a cheat that he didn't. I was like, all of a sudden, okay, he's the last one alive, and then he knows that there's a way out from under the car. I'm gonna go under the tank in this compartment that apparently I don't know about the whole time.
I do like how the German sniper ended up being like the sentimental one of the group.
And it's interesting because it doesn't totally make sense with the film, because up until that point, like, no, he killed your buddies, you'd kill him, but it was kind of a nice contrast to how he had moved on to killing people because they had killed his squad, and now this German sniper wouldn't do that.
So all in all, outstanding. I'll give it a 9 out of 10, probably a 10 out of 10.
I'd say this is honestly probably my favorite World War II movie. I love
recently.
I can't really.
Recently.
I mean, Saving Private Ryan is obviously really good. Part of it is that the tank combat is something that we haven't seen a lot of.
The tanks brought such a new energy to it. To where you're so used to seeing things on foot, you're so used to storming the beach of Normandy, you're so used to all these cliche things.
And it did feel like it was coming from a real organic place when they make decisions. Like,
There
no,
was
he's not gonna leave the tank because this is all he
Limited
has.
to no CG.
That was another thing
I did
with
not see
Fury
CG.
with Fury Road last week, where they did a lot of practical effects. I feel like a lot of these
ton of
effects
practical
must have
effects.
been
You always felt like you were watching them in the tank or the tank. This brought a new energy. It brought almost a mathematical kind of technical feeling to the combat of the tank, which is what a tank is. You have to do a lot of different calculations, especially back then when everything wasn't automated. Anyways, 10 out of 10, Jake Anthony, William, yeah, I didn't sir this time. Carversations, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, talk about it, spread it around. If you do have any actual tips, anything we can improve on, anything you guys want to see us review, we're more than happy to
Leave it in the comments below.
I feel like I'm pointing at my dick every time like I do that. The sound quality and video quality, everything will improve the more we put out. So please, again, like, subscribe, comment, etc.
We're like a slutty girl in that case. It'll improve as we put out.
Yeah, it gets better as you go on. The more you do. Yeah. That's shit.